Big play bets are brought to you by FanDuel, CB. Every year, there are teams that didn't make it to the playoffs, didn't make it to the big dance the year before, that end up making it this year. Who are your surprise teams that will make the playoffs this year? Pick two.
I think as I look at this, I'm looking out west and I'm going to NFC. I think the Seahawks are going to surprise a lot of people. I think Sam Darnold, the way he played in Minnesota, now taking that Seattle, I think he's going to have that offense going, and I think they're going to sneak up on people. So that's my NFC team. But
Mhm.
AFC, this is a crapshoot all the way through. I just don't know. I'm not confident with any of the other AFC teams that I think that will kind of sneak in outside of the 7 that you already had that made it last year.
Oh, really? So you're saying the same 7 that made the playoffs last year are going to make the playoffs this year?
I
That's what
believe
you
that.
think on
Yeah,
on the
that's
AFC side anyway.
on the AFC side. Obviously, the seedings will be different. I just don't see it right now when I'm looking at this list right now.
All right, when I'm looking at the NFC, and actually I like these odds for the Panthers plus 260. I really like the way Bryce Young ended the year last year. That team looks like it's headed in the right direction. Offensive line down there had a really good year last year, and so I expect that run game and protection for Bryce to pick up. So if I had to pick a team, and it's also because the NFC South seems to fluctuate every single year. The Bucks have looked like the best team the last 2 years, but it seems like a division that's there for the taking. They don't have a clear front runner. So I like the Panthers to perhaps challenge to win a division. And then if there's anybody out of the AFC that I think will make it, like you said, there's not a lot of not a lot of good choices. The weakest division is the AFC South out in Houston, but even still, I think Houston's going to be improved.
See, it's tough.
Geez,
It's tough. I
tough.
think the only other team that I could think that will now be knocking on the door in December, middle December, will be the Bengals.
Yeah,
That's the one team that I think that could potentially be one of those teams.
and that AFC North might have 3 teams. That might be the case because other than that, I don't think anybody else in the AFC South is really challenging. Titans have a rookie quarterback. Jacksonville is Jacksonville, and the Colts
Colts.
have Daniel Jones and A-Rich to choose from. So, yeah, I'm with you. All right, as we go on down, let's go the opposite way.
Okay.
Which teams that made the playoffs last year will not make it this year? Let's start with the NFC.
I think when I look at this, I'm thinking the Commanders. I just
Mm.
I think where all the hype that they had, I think they're just too young, and I think they're going to start believing and buying into the hype and believing what the headlines are saying. And I think they drop a game or two as the season goes on, and I just think that's where the Cowboys could potentially be right there on their heels as it relates to potentially making the playoffs.
AFC.
AFC,
I mean, if you said that you think the same 7 will make it, then I guess it's really hard.
yeah. I think only team that I would say could potentially would be the Chargers, and I think that's ultimately going to be the health of
Herbert.
Herbert.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they
the
lost
health
their
of
left
Herbert.
tackle.
If he stays healthy, then I think they'll make the playoff. But for whatever reason, if he misses any time, I think that's where they struggle.
Chargers did lose their left tackle, Rashawn Slater. Go UNU, Northwestern grad right there. Unfortunately, lost him to a knee injury, so he won't have his main protector. So I can see why you would pick the Chargers. I'm going to go with the Broncos. I think they
Mm,
barely got in last year, and it's not because I don't think they'll be improved. I just think if I'm going down the playoffs, there are going to be 3 teams out of the AFC North. I think the Bengals are the team that takes the Broncos out. They're the extra team that replaces the 17. And on the NFC side, if I'm going with the Panthers to win the division, maybe to be the surprise team, I got to go with the Bucks, maybe missing. And so
okay.
I don't think the NFC South is going to get more than 1 representative in the playoffs, but we'll see. We shall see. Put your money down. Obviously, Charlie is going to win you the most. So get his picks. He knows what he's talking about. We'll be
Let's
back
do it.